We're live. Yes, 200-point boost. How to remove all the negative, nasty, erroneous items off of your credit reports. Yes, let's get it right now. I had an individual who wrote in just recently, just hot off the presses. Hot. It's a million thanks to you. All right. Hot. Just came in Friday. Bringing this to you on Saturday. Just bringing it to you now. All right, we got a few people coming in right now on the live, and I appreciate you being on the live. Please give the thumbs up if you're watching the replay, or if you're watching now, please give that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Now, got an individual who said, hey, look, a million thanks to you. I purchased your materials, 200-point increases, and everything has changed so much. I'm still trying to get used to this. Continue doing the great work you do best. All right, this individual, this person writing in, Marsha L. Gray giving the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Hey, you know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to put my email address here, okay? You know, I like to put my email, so when I start to get to talking about these nasty, negative, erroneous hard inquiries, all right, and how you can boost your score, and how you can, you know, get to the other side and start doing the live Q&As. If I miss a question or two here on the live chat, sometimes it starts rolling and, you know, I'm getting talking or whatnot, and someone asks another question, I might miss something. I don't want to miss anything. I got my email here. You can email me. I get back. I was up early before this live stream doing the emails, helping people get to the other side, so please email me. Okay, so let's talk about this. So this individual actually had a 200-point boost, okay? Hey, Blackbeard Dave, hey. Good to see Blackbeard Dave, one of the longtime Subscribe Tribe members here, coming back, assisting other members as well. All right. Derlamente, hope I pronounced that right. Hey, bro, your team is phenomenal. I'm loving the program. Derek here from North Carolina. Screen name was Derlamente. Derek from North Carolina. I appreciate you. Derek from North Carolina. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I'm on a live, so I can't really go down and say nothing, but I can let individuals know right here while I'm on the live. There we go. Appreciate you, Derek, for letting us know. All right, so this individual got a 200-point boost, bought the materials, the 609 credit repair materials, which you can get at, that's right, 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. Now, what did they do? They got the negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there, right? And hello and good afternoon. You are awesome, D. Young. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Miss Love Butter Studio One. Thank you for the thumbs up. Marsha L. Gray, also over 270 point. Wow. Is that right? Yeah. I'm doing the math right. 270-point boost from 510 to 784. Went from 510 to 784 after 3 months of applying your program. Thank you, Brandon. Marsha L. Gray, thank you so much. I appreciate you for coming back, all right, and letting the tribe know and letting us know and letting individuals who are watching the live stream, or maybe you're watching the replay right now, and you're saying, hey, I am not, you know, I'm not sure what to do. I don't know. This is my first time watching. This individual, Derek, saying it's got, you know, credit repaired. Marsha, no, Derek's getting his credit repaired, feeling good about it. Marsha went from 510 to 784. Had another individual who went up 200 points. You can do this. You can get to the other side. You might be nervous or frightened to dispute with the bureaus. You're thinking, oh man, if I dispute with these guys and what could happen, you can dispute. You have rights in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay. Let me see. All right. Sorry for typing. It's a little out there. Okay. Negative, nasty Ronies off. That's right. Get them out of there. All right. Around here in Florida. All right. From trading stocks and beyond, Rome Flowers. What up, bro? Still loving your knowledge around here in Florida. Appreciate you. All right. So how do individuals go from 500s to the 700s like that, 780s? I did it too, right? So disputing these items out of there, getting these items out of there, is powerful, but also getting the positive history on there. Okay, and you're thinking, hey, but I don't really want to apply for anything right now. I really can't apply for anything right now. Well, if you have late payments like I did, other people's did, and people do, and I know you're sitting there with late payments potentially, right? And they are on good positive history. So you're saying, wait, how is it positive and negative at the same time? Well, you probably have a few late payments. You've had some positive history, a few late payments, and some more positive history. That's a possibility as well. So, of course, charge-offs, collections, what we're going to get to again. Hard inquiries, what we're going to get to again. We've got the lettuce here, all right? Where can I get the 609 package? At 609creditrepair.com. 609creditrepair.com. Put it right in the chat. Also, you can email me with all your questions and comments, concerns, your testimonials, all that good stuff, okay? So, late payments. Now, my brother used your services before, and I'll be signing up soon. Appreciate you, Don DC, too. So, late payments, dispute directly to the bureaus with your 609 letters, and you can put the late payments on there, put the account and the partial account numbers, and under the reason or the provide physical evidence column, you put unverified late payments. That's what really turned the tide for me when I was doing late payments. Yes, I did goodwill letters at the same time. Yes, I did late payment dispute letters. I did everything. Back in the day, I even called for goodwill. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna call these people. But what really happened, what really turned the tide was when I disputed right with the bureaus, unverified late payments, and all that stuff fell into place. Now, did the goodwill letters help? Yeah. Did the column probably help? Yeah. Did the send late payment disputes? Yes, because it's all an accumulation for these late payments. Because sometimes people will be like, man, these late payments can sometimes be just a little bit more intricate. Okay. They might take a little bit more precision, like a surgeon. The late pays sometimes are a pain in the butt because they don't want to say, oh, well, we don't have this information, because then it starts to question, well, how are they able to keep any of this information on there? Yeah. For the charge-offs, for the collections, when they're clearly not able to keep that stuff on there, they're not going to be able to potentially, get themselves some financial recourse anymore, because they can't get that double enrichment. They've already sold it to a collector, and the collector's already looking for easy scores, right? So they're not like, oh man, well, this person is disputing, they're fighting, they're going to harass us, they're going to harass, we don't want to, and I don't mean it in a bad way, right? You're doing the right thing. You're using your rights on the Fair Credit Reporting and Fair Debt Collection Price Act, but they're feeling like they can't get over on you. They're going to go ahead and say, you know what, we don't want the potential $1,000 fines. We're going to go ahead and get this negative, nasty, erroneous stuff out of there, and hopefully this person leaves me alone, and they don't tell anybody else, right? But when you got late pays and you got a good bank, and they're like, well, this person's paying us, we can keep them on, we can keep their interest rate a little higher because their credit score is not as good. People have refinanced their car. I had an individual who wrote in just recently. Let's see. Let me see if I've got this one. I'm trying to see where this individual is saying. Let me see. We got it. Bring it up. Drum, bring it up. This individual was actually saying they oh, yes, this was one of the testimonies that we had. They refinanced the car. So they traded in their car that they had about, 15% interest, something crazy like that, on their car note. They traded in the car. They got their nice luxury BMW, and it came down to 8%. And they said in about a year, they'd be able to refinance it and bring that down even further. Individuals talking about, oh, my credit card APRs and interest rates were higher. I was able to bring those down. Okay. So that's kind of what you can do when these late payments come down in your favor. When they've got late payments on you, they're like, okay, well, great. We can keep, these APRs a little higher. It makes a huge difference for them. 2, 3, 4, 5% over millions and millions of people. Come on now. Now, of course, here we know we dispute, we get this stuff out of there, and then we use cards like cash. You would say, okay, well, how do credit card companies earn if you're not carrying a balance? So the credit card companies, this is a great business model, by the way. If you can be a middleman, right? Just in general, they charge the merchants. So when you swipe the card, that's not a free transaction. It might be free for you on your side, and even though they're selling our data too, so it's not really free. But let's say you swipe the card and you pay it off like cash. You're like, okay, cool. I'm not paying any interest. Well, the merchant pays processing fees. So they want you swiping. And to give you incentive to swipe, they say, well, you use your card, you keep it open with us, you pay us, we'll give you maybe better extra APR, better travel miles, cash back, better credit score. That's their leverage. So to entice you to sign over and me to pay them cash, which they're just moving that around and they're not making a bunch of interest on that, then they can charge their merchants and they can make their money. And the gift is the good credit, right? Quote unquote, right? They play this game. So these late payments, you push on them and you say, you know what? I'll take my business over there because now I've got the 700 score, right? You can do this. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. Aha. So individual talking about inaccurate information and, standard reporting across the 3 bureaus. Okay. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. You can utilize that as leverage. Show them. Bang, bang, bang. We have letters designed just for that. And you can show them on top of the unverified accounts. You can do this. You can add that. You can show them the violations, the potential violations. All right. But you also want to make sure that and they know you're disputing unverified accounts. Okay. So Grand Furniture collection, okay, closed out my credit account with them, okay, and they're showing a lien. All right. So I would need to know more information because you're talking about Navy Fed credit. Was this through Navy Fed credit? Some type of Grand Furniture. This is interesting. So you rented some furniture? Andre, if you could tell me a little bit more. It was through Navy Fed. Okay. So not only can you dispute with the bureaus, but you want to see what agreement they have, Not only could they be violating your Fair Credit Reporting Act rights, but if they don't have the agreement, it's very hard for them to say, oh, well, this is that, and, you need to be, paying this, or we can report this, or we can sell it to a collector, or the collector can collect on you, third party, or whatever. So you need to see whatever agreement that is, Audrey. My guess is that you may not have that sitting there, but they're supposed to have a copy of it. If they don't have that, and they can't send that to you, then they need to be able to go ahead and remove this before you complain to the CFPB and say, well, look, they don't have an agreement. I don't know how they're keeping this on here. So Audrey, say yes, right? This line of credit was through Navy Federal Credit Union is what you're telling me. Yeah, Audrey, yeah, they've sent you nothing. Exactly. Much like perhaps you may not have the agreement. You can tell me here, do you have the agreement? Just like you may not have kept documentation potentially. I'm not saying you did or didn't, or it's lost or whatever. They might not have it. They might have never had it. And it's all paid, Audrey says. So you have proof of payment. You can send that to the bureaus. No agreement, never mailed, right? Okay. So they have no proof. You can show proof of payment, right? And they're saying, okay, you need to pay this, you need to pay that. No, You have no agreement. You have no proof. I have proof. I'm going to dispute this inaccurate information. I'm going to show the CFPB. Andre, if you haven't, you can also email me. And you can get this off your reports. All right. Which credit is recognized, FICO or credit bureau scores? Kevin Oliver, good question. Okay. I had to smile at that because when I first started, I was looking at credit bureau scores, and yes, credit bureau scores exist. Okay, we don't talk about it too much. However, the credit bureaus design their scores right with the bureaus. It could be a part of a Vantage score, something that they create. So, I've had I had a little bit of a learning curve with it. And, it's kind of interesting to think that I didn't know any better at the time. I was like, oh, I can get my credit score right from the bureaus. Of course, they're going to give me the FICO. No, they didn't give me the FICO. All right. 1 second here. So, oftentimes, if you get a credit report right with the bureau, so I was going at the time was learning, I was learning, and I was like, okay, cool. I can look right at the bureaus and I'd be able to see my reports. Great. And I knew how to get them at kind of a discount rate. There's like kind of actually, matter of fact, I could probably show you. Although at this point, I recommend most people look through a credit monitor just like my FICO, but if for some reason, an annual credit report right now is still during these unprecedented times, access to your credit is important. They say this is why Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion continue to offer free weekly reports. So you can still get free weekly reports with annualcreditreport.com. I'll put that here, annualcreditreport.com. So, but back in the day, you couldn't. Okay, so I would go right to the bureaus, and I knew how to get it discounted. Okay, let's see. Nowadays is a little bit different, especially when you get the annual credit report for free. But there was a back way, so I would get it discounted, and I would go in there, and I would be able to see my reports. And I would just do that to see if anything happened. I was, really excited about it. I didn't want to wait the 30 days all the time to be able to see what was going on. A lot of times people now say, hey, jump on the MyFICO. You can just kind of track it a little bit in real time. Some people use other things. Hey, whatever works for you. Some people want the Experian. They want the Credit Karma, whatever. But I think MyFICO is probably the best if you want to invest a little bit. So I would pull the report, and they would say something like, see your credit score. And I was like, all right, cool. Let me just pay for my credit score. No biggie. And the credit bureaus would come back with some weird score. Okay. And their scoring system was out of, I believe, 900. They did some silly, weird stuff, or some credit bureau stuff. So they're not real scores. Okay. But they do exist. Nobody's looking at it. Okay. Credit bureaus, they're basically creating something to sell. Okay. Now, of course, the FICO is really up to 850. And I was like, how is the credit bureaus have a different range? I'm like, this is weird. And I did it once, and I realized, oh man, why did I do that? It was a waste. My FICO is the real deal. So which credit is recommended? FICO. FICO. But I just wanted to, walk you down through that so you knew that's, I looked at it before. I thought I didn't know when I'm back in the day years ago, but now I know. Look at the FICO. It gives you a good ballpark of what people are looking at, what creditors are looking at. It may not be exact because you might be looking at 8, they might be looking at 7. The mortgage rates are different, or the mortgage FICOs are different, which we've talked about on my FICO. The banks will look at their own aggregated scores that they create. So it gives you a ballpark picture. Typically for credit cards, you're pretty much good to go. You look at your bank card or FICO 8 on the FICO score, the bank card score, the FICO 8 score, and you're usually pretty good to go. That's pretty much it. All right. You can dispute those remarks. You can demand marks be status incorrect, status updated, status remarks, letters like that. What we have, inaccurate dispute letters, you can have remarks adjusted or don't change remarks or whatever it might be. These bureaus try to play all different games to mess with you and try to drag your score down or make you kind of do what they want you to do, right? We're not having that, okay? So Trey, if you need further help with that, I don't know. Here, I'm going to put my email address in here again too. All right, great. Nice. Chapter 7, bankruptcy needs it removed. Also, Chapter 13, froze LexisNexis smaller bureaus sent for the full LexisNexis report. Right, great. Also wrote to the court to verify that they do not verify bankruptcies with the bureaus. Absolutely, you're on the right track. You definitely can do this. I have individuals who write in, hey, we got a bankruptcy up. I know that we at the Awesome Life Group have helped people get bankruptcies off, okay? So you can do this, or we can do this for you. Again, 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work at the Awesome Life Group. Because awesome credit equals an awesome life. And it really is. We're working on a lot of different things here at the Awesome Life Group. We have ALG Business Credit. Okay. Now is the time. Now is the time to get your credit squared away. 2021, getting to the other side. We're coming out of these unprecedented times. Okay. We really are. You're going to be wanting to ready to rock and roll and strike on us. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, I want to get that home. The market is crazy, so forth and so on. If it cools off, if the housing market comes down, things chill out, you've got your credit ready to rock and roll, and you can get that house you've always been looking for and start building generational wealth, it's going to be massive, massive. Get your credit squared away now. So, hard inquiries. Thank you for reminding me, Roberto. Okay. Do we have letters for check systems? Yes, Jada, we do. So, I had 2 inquiries. This individual who wrote in, and this is why I actually wanted to talk about this, is because this person wrote in, they have a bunch of hard inquiries, 25 to 28 hard inquiries and 3 collections, okay? So, of course, you can dispute the negative unverified collections. Non-account holding inquiries. Non-account holding inquiries. If you've got accounts attached to those hard inquiries and you're using them and they're good and they're on time and your credit score is going up, leave those hard inquiries alone. Chances are you've already recovered from them. You've already gotten the boost to your credit from the good trade lines. So leave them alone. Now, non-account holding inquiries, yes, they could be dragging down your credit score. If it's 1 or 2, you might just want to leave it alone. Okay. Because, I know if you get denied for something, and back in the day, there was one credit card that I didn't realize. Again, this was before I understood business credit. This was before I understood business and all this stuff. I applied for a business card, and they were like, no. You can have the personal one, but you can't have the business one. And I got a hard inquiry on my credit report. And, this was when I was personally guaranteeing business credit and this kind of stuff. And this was before business. I knew business. But I was like, dang, man, I got this hard inquiry. Awesome haircut. Pisces, thank you. All right. Looking sharp. Thank you. Pisces Empress, thank you. So I left it alone. I thought, I was like, 5 points. A few months later, I was back to normal. So if it was 1 or 2, maybe just leave it alone. build in a better direction. Okay. Your score really shouldn't be that affected. If it is affected that much, you want to build up a bigger tolerance, right? You want it 720, 780, 800. Okay. So if you've got these negative hard inquiries, we've got a letter. What's important about this letter is it quotes the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 604. 604, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, demands and allows you to demand and your rights, permissible purpose of consumer reports, 15 USC 1681. Okay, so a consumer reporting agency has to be able to provide or get from the creditor the documentation, the assurance, the proof that you initiated this, that you were being offered credit, that they have this, and oftentimes they can't, and this must be promptly deleted. Nice to notice this is 2 pages, all right? So we do the staples, we've got the, you can do the highlighters, you can do the ink, the blue ink, you can do, whatever it is that you want to do, okay, with it, to maybe try and mess with them, give them a harder time. But I'll tell you what, when they get this, they turn it into a code, okay? They look at it, boop, boop, and they put their 2-digit code in there, whatever it might be. And the reason we say this is what you want to utilize, this is how you say no proof I initiated such inquiries, no written authorization, Section 604, Section 1681I, Paragraph A, promptly delete, potential violations, $1,000. This stuff gets kicked up in their system in the right code and gets coded the way we need to get these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there. These negative, nasty, erroneous hard inquiries out of there. Lulu Sia just sent my letters today. Congratulations. This is why we're talking about individuals getting the 700 credit scores. We're talking about individuals getting 200 plus gains, 200 points more. This is why we're talking about people getting bankruptcies off and negative, nasty, erroneous items. People getting unverified student loans off there. Blackbeard David, I don't know if he's still on, but he has done that in the past as well. Other people have as well, okay? Getting late payments out of there because of the way the letters are structured and the way that they're presented and how we have follow-up letters and what codes we know and how to utilize their own game against them. So people often say, well, I want to get that manual review. Oh, I want to get, I'm going to use highlighters. I'm going to do this slanting. I'm going to do the blue ink. I'm going to do the highlight. I'm going to do all this. It's still going to get boiled down into the code. And if your letters don't have the right stuff on there to get the right code or to get the right code when scanned, you could be at a disadvantage. Okay. So this is why we say 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work and send the letters and write the letters for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. We do this all day, every day, day in and day out. We watch for the trends, okay, that happen. There was a period of time back where the bureaus were trying to utilize these unprecedented times to take extra time. I told people here on this channel, they do not have extra time. People would ask me, do they have extra time? No. They still have 30 calendar days from when they get the letters to postmark your response. We knew that. This way, when you hit the subscribe, try button, that bell for notifications. We pay attention to what's happening with these bureaus and what games they're trying to play. This is why having the Awesome Life Group be available to you. And this is why, even if you sign up for the do-it-yourself side, you still have information from me, from the team, when you email. Everything I learn, I teach and I update and get you to the other side, okay? If you want more of the do-it-yourself side, you've got that. If you got the Awesome Life Group, we got that, okay? Alex Valdez says, went from an average score of 520 to 780, 802, 760 with your program. It changed my financial life. I can't even thank you enough for your advice and techniques. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming on the live and telling me. This is fantastic. Tim B, I received email last week that my first round of letters were sent out. I joined the Awesome Life Group. Absolutely. We let you know the whole time. Okay. You're getting emails, you're getting phone calls, you're getting voicemails, you got access to your portal. You can see what's going on. You can see the letters. You know what we're doing. Some people don't want to let you see the letters. Some people don't want to let you know what's going on. They don't want to teach you. They don't want to. You could email me today. Life-changing, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right, Alex Valdez. Life-changing, okay? Now, I don't usually, Mr. Derek, I believe, right? Yes, you do. It's all there in the files. Absolutely. And we support it too. You can get the files and you can email me and the team. We will help you. Built this, designed it that way. I knew it would be easy. It would be easy to create some ebooks, some videos, and then walk away and not support it and chill and kick back. But that's not the point. The point is to help individuals when I didn't have any help either. I was scared. I was nervous. I didn't know what to do. I had collectors hounding me. So please email me. I can help you, okay? Now, I'm going to talk about, too much financial stuff. Too often I'll give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, right? But when you have good credit, you can start building generational wealth, okay? I want to give you an example. This is just an example of a person I know. This is not financial advice. So you have to do your own research. There's plenty of channels that do financial stuff. There are actually some financial advisors out there. But why credit is so important is because you can finance basically your cash flow. You can finance your wealth. What I mean by that is paying for a home in cash, which some of you probably can do and some of you may want to do, and all these types of things, and maybe some of you will be able to do, right, in the future. We all hope to be able to do that in the future, right? Have that kind of cash. You may still not want to. One, the credit side, you can build your credit, okay? You can get a 30%, or excuse me, a 30-year loan. 30% would be terrible. That'd be terrible. Jerome, what you doing, brother? Don't be getting those 30% loans, okay? But you can get right now. I know people going crazy with the housing market, right? I know a person got 2.1%. Okay, no closing fees. Okay, credit was great. This person was like, I have they're the agent in the deal and all that stuff. It's like, man, I've never seen anyone get this before because they had good credit. We work with them. We know them. They have good credit. So now they're not paying all this cash and not all this interest. They got a home, right? An asset. Whether you think it's an asset or liability, the bank can look at it as an asset and they're willing to lend against it and this kind of stuff. So what can you do with that cash? Well, you don't want to start a whole business on cash either, right? You're protecting your cash, your wealth. You can build a business with credit, right? So you can get assets with credit. You can get businesses with credit. That's another asset. That's another generating asset, income asset. You can lease out apartments and homes and complexes. That's generating an asset. This is on credit, right? Alex says 100, bought my house 0 down with a 760 credit score. At the time, now my house has over 80,000 in equity in less than 2 years, and it started with Brandon's letters and these methods. I don't usually talk about this kind of stuff. I usually come out of the credit side of things, right? And say, okay, you can do credit, but I want to start showing more of these. This individual, 760 credit score, no money down, turn that 760 credit score into $80,000 worth of equity for him and his family. And that's right now. Again, not financial advice, but people are talking about the system, more monetary easing, right? Potential more purchases, more liquidity in the markets, more inflation of assets. Homes tend to inflate with inflation. So a lot of that equity that, is increasing could continue to increase. Staying ahead of the curve, right? Staying ahead of that inflationary rate. And again, I'm not saying to go buy a house. I'm not out there in the market right now either. I'm not purchasing a home. But if you are, get your credit square first, okay? Get you your 0%. Get you your 0 down. Get you your 2-3%. Get you build that equity, okay? And it starts, just like Alex said, it starts here now. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at the Awesome Life Group, okay? One did, and my score went up 100 points. The other two, Tony, they don't want to respond. They want to play games. Okay, we'll send the numbers. Tony, I got you. Okay. We got you. Tony, Rhonda's going to reach out to you right now. All right. We're in the office today. We got VIPs. We've got Awesome Life Group individuals on here right now. We've got VIPs. You're all the VIPs here. We're doing it now. Okay. We work. What is today? Saturday, right? Jerome, hey, working hard. All right. If you know the days of the week, you're not working hard enough, right? So we got Saturday. But we're here. Okay. Tony's like, hey, man, we sent out the letters. One respondent got negative, items squared away, coming off. 100-point increase on one of my reports. Hey, 2 bureaus don't want to respond. We can send the next one letters, non-response letters. We can file complaints if we need to with the CFPB. Okay. Team is working on it right now. We're going to reach out to you right now. Okay. And congratulations on that 100-point boost. And here's the thing. When you're looking at one bureau, my credit union, I know they look at TransUnion. Okay. So, hey, I had a gentleman on here a few years ago. He did a testimonial on here. One of his credit scores was a little bit better, a little bit stronger. And what he did is he found the credit union, the bank he knew that was looking at that, and he was able to finance whatever he was looking for. At the time, I think it was a car. Maybe, your lender, for whatever it is you're looking for, is going to look there. We got a 100-point boost. Now you're like, all right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and do this, whatever I'm looking for. Maybe not. Maybe you want to wait. Sometimes I wait. It's fine. Okay. Janelle Devoren. Hey. It's been a minute since I tuned in. Your information has always been so helpful. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Best sonographer. I will be one of your success stories very soon. Absolutely. You stay with it. Absolutely. Okay. Best sonographer. Okay. Dealing with bankruptcy. I don't want to do the wrong procedure with it. Okay. People get nervous. They say, I don't want to do the wrong thing. I don't want to do the wrong procedure. If you're sending the letters and you're disputing, there's always the opportunity to adjust tactics, okay? You're like, oh man, I sent a few. I had an individual came to me back in the day when it was just me, okay, before we built all this and had partners and had people. But I was doing it, and I was sending letters for him. And he came from credit repair company before, and I was like, oh man, it might take a little time because they've been sending all these letters and I have to adjust tactics and all this stuff. But we did, and he started getting items off of the report. So when you're saying, oh man, I worry about the wrong procedure, you're here, so you're not gonna. I'll tell you right now, you want to get your LexisNexis report, dispute, and get the bankruptcy out of LexisNexis, freeze up LexisNexis, look at the core logic, send a letter to the courthouse, get a letter back says they don't give information to the credit bureaus and all that good stuff. And look, I can walk you through. I'm putting my email address in here again. You don't have to worry. I'm nervous sending. You don't have to worry about the wrong procedure. We do it, and we refine tactics over time. Something we've learned over time. If you go way back years when I started doing these videos, one of the things that we refined over time is the update of the personal profile information, the freeze letters. We have a specific way we're doing the freezes now with the Awesome Life group. And we're doing quite well with that. And this is what we teach here about, freezing ARS, SageStream, and CoreLogic and LexisNexis, okay, right out of the gate. And that's something that we share here on these channels. So, on this channel, right? So, you don't have to be nervous. You can email me. You can get to the other side. Start with LexisNexis. Start with updating your addresses. And again, if it's a lot, you're like, oh man, how do I remember all this? And how do I break it all down? You can email me as you go along. Yes, the ebooks, the videos, they got everything for you, the system. But sometimes individuals have a question or two. Hey, in this situation, actually LexisNexis is saying this, and I know it's baloney and it's out of there, and the bureaus are somehow quote unquote verifying. This is something that happens. You'll come out of LexisNexis and the bureaus will BS us And they'll say, oh, it's verifying. BS, just verify. Well, what do? Right? What do you do? I want to complain to CFPB. Yes, you can do that. Can I also send my next round of letters? Yes, you can show them LexisNexis report and show them that it's out of there. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and it comes off the 3 bureaus. And you're like, it's still sitting in LexisNexis. Should I worry about it? Yes, you can go after it. But now you're pretty much you're good, because most places aren't going to look at your LexisNexis. Can I apply? You might have a specific situation. Well, can I apply now? I want to get started now, but it's in LexisNexis. Everybody's situation is different. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. Let me answer some more questions, okay? So here's a very specific situation that happens. Disputed an account and the creditor, okay, I believe this is supposed to be say creditor, right? The creditor agreed to take it off, but TransUnion, they said they didn't want to do it. Okay, first and foremost, do you save your lives? What is that? Glenn Kelly, I don't know what that is. First of all, if you've got proof, if they've agreed and you have proof, you can send that proof to the bureaus along with your letter, okay? Oftentimes, the bureaus think that you don't have proof and you're just going to go away and you leave them alone and all things good and, we're going to go ahead and everything's going to be cool. No. Okay? You know your rights. So, if you have an agreement in writing, you can send out the bureaus. Okay. Now, if you don't, they said, okay, we're going to do it on the phone. Then you can even put in your letters, hey, an agreement, like you're saying now, from the creditor, saying verbally on the phone, such and such a date, blah, blah, blah. They're going to remove it. You need to remove it. Complain to the CFPB and tell them that they need to remove this now, or potential violation, $1,000. Hey, don't want to get litigious? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice. But the courts are available to you, and they will, help you out. A lot of people don't understand their resources, which you pay for. You have a lot of services and rights as a citizen. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Sometimes you're like, oh man, it's gonna get us down and all that, and blah, blah, blah. But no, you have rights, and people have them, and people are utilizing them and getting to the other side. You can do this. This is a fantastic opportunity. If you're just watching now, hit that subscribe chat button, because this is a fantastic opportunity to change your life. I'm telling you, okay? Oh, I would like to come back and watch this to be saved for do you save your lives? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. That's why you want to hit that subscribe chat button, that bell for notifications, because yes, the live streams are up here. The videos are up here. The live streams are up here. They're up here on this channel. You can watch them at your leisure. You can watch the playback. We do the live Q&A. We do the lectures. We have a good time on here on the weekends. And please give the video a thumbs up. Smash it up for the algorithm, as they say, right? People are saying, hey, put the smash the like button for the algorithm. It really helps. It does help. It surprisingly enough, it really does help. And we appreciate it. Okay. Okay, which would be quicker for me to do it, or for your company to do it, Brandon? Okay, so it depends on. So in theory, the timetable should be the same. Okay, because it's the same. You're sending them, but if you get busy and you feel like you're not going to send the letters at the time, it's okay. No, that's why we started the Awesome Life group. Then we could do it for you, right? But in theory, it should be about the same time, and you're getting a very similar process. We customize things a little bit differently per each client sometimes, but you can get similar customization if you email me and you want help with that. Okay, so it's possible. All right, both are solid. Many people do come to us because they, hey, look, it's going to be months. I want you guys to do it. You guys are the pros. I can sit back and enjoy or whatnot. And yes, we can do it for you. So it's whatever you feel is best for you in your situation. We've got both. We want you to get to the other side. We want you to get the help. We want you to get to where you want to be, okay? All right, Audrey, definitely reaching out to you one brick at a time. Absolutely. How do we get business credit? Okay, great question. Alex, thank you for the dancing pear super chat. It's a dancing pear. This is adorable. I love it. But thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate it. T. Lucas is back. Yo, Brandon, bought your program a couple of years ago, and it helped out a lot. Thanks, bro. You're very welcome. Okay. Tony saying, "Hey, once these scores go up, I'm gonna buy a house. I'm a buy a house. Gonna buy a house in Texas." All right. Excellent. Excellent. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I was about to say, quicker. We talked about that. Remind me, what else was I talking about? Okay. I recently had 3 charge-offs removed. All right. Both Equifax 728 and TransUnion 609. But Experian wants to play games. Credit score of the Experian still 562. Can you help with these charge-offs? Mr. Peanut Man is his name. So 728, 709. So this is nonsense. Show the deletions from Equifax and TransUnion to Experian. Send your next round of letters and complain. File. You can complain to the CFPB. Equifax and TransUnion knows they can't keep it on there. You should be in the 700s across the board. Imagine this. This individual is at 562, got 3 charge-offs off, now at 728, 709, and that other one should be 7 something as well. Okay? That's fantastic. That's healthy, right? 720, 709. 562, not so great, but it's going to be okay. You see the results are coming. They try to do this. They try to play games. They hope that you don't even notice. But you do, and you're going to stay on it. And again, if you need help, email me, okay? And sometimes it's just looking at how they classify things, what the remarks might be, why they say it is what they say, just taking a look and understanding what needs to be done, okay? Yes, you could hire us in the team, theawesomelifegroup.com, all right? Great. Business credit. Now I recall what I was talking about, business credit, before I got distracted. So how do we get business credit? All right. So business credit. And why would you want business credit? Business credit is obviously business in the business's name, right? But it's important that I let you know that, because business credit could also be in your name. And what I mean by that is a DBA or sole proprietorship. I've kind of forgotten these because they're not good, really, structures to protect your personal liability. Okay. So an LLC, right? Corporation, an Inc., these things, a bit more separate. So oftentimes when we're talking about business credit, it's in those companies' names. Now, once you have the entity set up, you have the CIN, you could potentially get business credit without utilizing your personal credit score. Yes, this is possible. However, you have to start with building up any credit score. You're going to have to start with smaller accounts. Net 30s is where we start. Net whatever's, net 15s, net 45s, net 30s, whatever they might be. Lease, and we had Pitney Bowes for all the letters, and we have stamps.com. Let's see. We did we had I'm trying to think of all the things that we utilized. Quill. We utilized Granger for a little bit. Uline we utilized. Office supplies, obviously. And then sometimes our furniture. Okay, so furniture was a thing. We had a net 30 with them. Now, you want to have them report to the credit bureaus that report business credit. And business credit, where can you see these reports? nav.com. Okay. They're kind of like, they're a little bit, they're a little bit better. I'll just say they're on their own. They're nav.com. And they're very good. They're very good. Okay. You can pay for their premium, or you can get the regular free stuff. Okay. But that will allow you to see your credit reports. Okay. And there's different business credit reports than necessarily your personal credit reports, meaning there's different bureaus. Okay. Dun & Bradstreet has one. FICO actually has a score. Okay. They actually have a score. I'm actually trying to get up in the nav right now. so I can actually look at what they have right now. Okay. So you have your business profile, and you actually have like a drop down one that says business cards and personal cards, and you'll be able to see which ones are for business and which ones are for personal stuff. And you can sign up for a business card and a personal card. Now, if you're going to do the business funding route and use your own personal credit score, okay, then you'll be able to usually, if your credit score is good, usually get business credit pretty quickly. A lot of those business cards have typically an intro period with 0%, and you can utilize that to start your business. Okay. You're thinking, hey man, is that really? Yeah, you could, right? You have business credit available, desks, computer, chairs, who knows what you need for your business. But you start that process, and it's on the business side of things. And as long as you're paying that on time, it's not going to your personal scores. Typically, you want to be cautious of a couple of out there that do report to like the Spark card and all this. You may not want that one, but okay, if it's over there on the business side, you can have a little. You could potentially carry a balance. Now I know on the personal side we say don't carry a balance, but on the business side you could potentially carry a balance, especially if you're not really paying a ton of interest. You're paying the minimums, and then you wind up paying it off before they calculate all that interest during the intro period when it expires. But let's say even if you did, you're paying it off. The business is generating. It's paying it. So it's not in your personal reports. So it's not really affecting your utilization, your credit. Your good credit stays good. And now you've got business credit in the business name, and you're working on building a business, and you're using it responsibly, like it's supposed to be built. And you can build up over 6 months, a year, 2 years, and all of a sudden now you've got a business generating income, building assets, building wealth. Okay. So looking at NAV, we got the Dun & Bradstreet Paydex. Okay. We got Experian IntelliScore Plus version 2. Okay, we're looking good there. I'm actually looking at it. We're looking good there. There's an Equifax report score, and there's a FICO small business scoring system. Okay. So roughly 4. And you're like, oh, wow. Well, that's interesting because there's 3 personal reports, bureaus, and scores, but there's 4 on the business side: Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, FICO small business scoring system. Okay. Now, when you look at these reports, they don't quite look the same as. Sorry, I should get to the super chat here. What letter do you use to update and remove old addresses? We have a personal profile update letter. Okay. So it's very specific. It talks about, why your name needs to be updated, why addresses need to be updated. Okay. And if you need help with that, Mr. Alex, briefcase Alex, you can email me. All right. Email me. All right. Awesome Life Group is the best. My expense so far since joining last month, my credit score has gone up 75 points. Thank you very much, John B. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll invest in here again. All right. We're going to do a little bit more. We'll get out of here. So you guys can enjoy your weekend, okay? Wow, Glenn Colley only had a credit inquiry or 2 within a couple of years, but then all of a sudden got 13 with a car dealership. Could I potentially get those removed? Yes. And here's the thing. Again, car dealerships, guys, are still hearing people going to car dealerships and getting their credit run a bunch. I can't say it enough. Do not use their financing. They're trying to run down the score so that you can barely qualify so they can mark up the loan. Okay. So when I'm looking at right now, a Dun & Bradstreet report, it's a little bit more it's a little bit more difficult to see what's what because it says trade lines, account number 1, number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. It just has numbers. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't say their names, but it has the amounts. And so you gotta, okay, got the date reported, the amount, the terms, the last sales. Okay, what does that mean and how can I do that? Okay, it has the active payment trade lines here. I see how many we have. The balances, when we're paying, how we're paying, and our SIC code, okay, and the description of what we do. Our DUNS numbers here, the CEO, the address, okay, they have this information on here. And also, the SIC code can affect potential funding, okay? It's what you do. What does the business do? Okay, so look some of these things up because they make a difference. All righty. And we'll do more on business credit. I'll do a whole, I'm starting to get back into this business credit. So we'll get back into it. All right. Edwin, how can I contact you? I'll put my email here. I'm going to put my email address here again. Okay. All right, please give the video a thumbs up. Appreciate it. If you're watching the replay or if you're watching it now, please smash it up for the algorithm. It helps. All right. All right. What's going on, Brandon? Appreciate you, Team Pisces. Thank you. Okay, check systems. Cool. Yep. Hey, can you speak on check systems? All right, let's do this one. Okay, so check systems. There's a specific breakdown, of course, of the letters that we have for check systems, but what's important to recognize is that if you're dealing with check systems, you want to freeze. That's right. You want to freeze LexisNexis. This is interesting. There's a connection between the two. Oftentimes when people are dealing with LexisNexis and they're like, oh, I can't get a bank account, can't do this, can't do that. You also might want to go outside. The banks that utilize check systems are banks that use early warnings. We have videos on that here. But there's a group of banks that work together and own early warnings. So you tend to utilize early warnings. You can check your early warning system, see if anything's in there. And you could potentially get your bank account there and just circumvent the whole check systems things. But yes, you can dispute with check systems. We've got the dispute letters at 609creditrepair.com, and that Beyond Committed package got all the videos, the letter system, walk you through the process, including the check system letters. Okay, the hard inquiry letters. We've got the 609 dispute letters, the collections, all that good stuff. Or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. All right. I really appreciate you all on the live stream here. I love you all so very much. Please, again, smash up the like button and that bell for notifications and the subscribe tribe button. I'm going to put my email address here one last time. I know we get to talk and we get to going, and I want you guys to go and be able to enjoy your weekend as well. So please, please, please email me if you have any further questions or concerns. But yeah, I'm going to sign off for now, and we will be back on with another live next weekend. So please, 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 please hit that subscribe, try button, and bell for notifications. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.